everybody. This has been the Block Therapy. I'm your girl, Naima Simone, the host. And I got my girl, Flaw Six, over there. What's going on today?
Oh, not too much, you know. It's a lot of shit, but not nothing different. Same old bullshit as usual, actually. But yeah. Anyway, I wanted to talk about uh uh you know what I was thinking. We was talking on the phone the other day, and I was thinking to myself, um, we in an era of epidemics. It's always an epidemic. We had COVID, which was a real epidemic. Don't get me wrong. We in the epidemic of mental health. We just in the epidemic. We always in some type of epidemic. Right now, it's the government. It's conspiracy theory everywhere. We just an epidemic era right now, right? So, and then I was thinking about uh a lot of times we starting to use mental health, the epidemic with mental health, which really exists, but we starting to use that as a, a way to get out of bad behavior. So as soon as we do something bad, or as soon as we act a certain way, or someone's acting a certain way, and we want to justify it, we 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 coin it with mental illness. And right now, we're using mental illness to cover up our poor behaviors and bad habits, right? We just use that. Oh, I got issues. Basically, we use our trauma to make excuses for how we treat people and how we do handle ourselves in society. And I feel like that is a very much an epidemic right now. We take something just like women are taking um sexual assaults, violence, domestic violence, sexual, mental, and taking that and weaponizing it, not in a good way, but in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? We're just using it to just, if we don't get our way, we turn a brother in for rape or he abused me. And that's what that's what I feel. That's the first thing comes out our mouth. We look over everything else, and then women are saying, "Oh, he abused me." So that's what I mean by epidemics. We take things that are really happening in society that are really hurting people, and we turn them into you know, these that we misuse what the epidemic. We'll take it in. Okay, I have mental illness, and that's why I mistreated you. That's why I stole from you. That's why I lied on you. That's why I mistreat you. You know what I'm saying? Just like for factors, not throwing anybody on the bus. Well, my mom mistreated me and beat me. That's why I don't like black women. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that right now, that's where we're at. That we use all the problems that truly do exist to make excuses for our bad behaviors.
Yeah, I think this era really lacks accountability. At some point, everybody is trying to shift the blame on the next person or the next situation, not taking accountability. Like if you for example, if you got three kids with three different men, at some point in there you become accountable if the niggas ain't doing you right, or they ain't taking care of your kids, because out of three times that you decided to have a baby and you got three baby daddies, at one of them points it became a conscious decision that you was making, and you know it wasn't the right decision, but for whatever reason at that moment you did it, and now you want to put the blame on mental illness or the way you was raised or whatever the bullshit they come up with. And it's just people lack accountability.
That's exactly it. That's key
It's
word.
everybody else's fault. It's your
Mhm.
mama's fault. It's the dog named Skipper's fault. It's the teacher's fault. It's society's fault. It's your dad's fault. It's your kid's fault. It's everybody's fault. But the actual person that has control over what happens in their life.
Yeah.
Everybody has control. There's some things you don't have control. You can't control who your mama is. You can't control what the weather is. You can't control who your father is. But there is a lot of things in your life that you can control, and that a lot of people, including myself, didn't take the control of the situation, and it resulted in a bad situation. And now I have to take accountability for that. I can't blame what my mom, my father, my uncle, my sister, my auntie, my family, my teacher in the ninth grade did. I got to look at what part did I play.
Yeah. And I'm a put out a true factor, and I don't care what nobody say. Most people who suffer from mental illness, for real, never say,
Say they have mental illness.
never say.
Sorry.
If they do something, they
They
never
never
tell
say.
you that it was because of their mental illness. So
Never.
anytime somebody comes to you and says, "Oh, I suffer from depression, and that's why I didn't do this and I didn't do that," that's bullshit. Because that means that's just like when you go to court and you can explain detail by detail of what you done and why you got to this point in this crime and why you shot him. They're looking at you have logical steps up to that point. So we're not going to use that mental illness because your logic, you had logical reasoning in between there. And people who have mental illness don't have logical reason. They never can say, I didn't do that. Yeah, I woke up in this morning, I heard Peter, and Peter told me, which Peter's in their head, and I went and killed people. But they'll never tell you it's because of their mental illness. They'll literally say, Peter told him to do it. And that makes sense to them. So when you get people in here like us rational people that just don't want to take accountability for our actions, we'll always find somebody to blame. Real people with mental illness, they don't have nobody to blame. They don't look, yeah, I did it. Now, why they did it is where you question, but
Right.
they always take responsibility of their actions. It's us people that don't really have mental illness that always find somebody to point the finger on or pinpoint it on, right? So I really wanted to say that because I'm just looking at a lot of people that we look up. I call myself not look up to, but just watch on TV, all these different stars, and I'm like, damn, they starting to look terrible. What's wrong? What's the excuse? Why are you looking like this? What's your problem? You got money? You can go get facials. You can go get toned up. I'm stressing about what I'm eating today. Shit, I don't want to fucking eat. I want to eat some fresh asparagus and bell peppers and onions sauteed, and and you complaining about fucking I don't know if I want to go to the island and sit on the beach or or take a flight to Paris. Y'all make up excuses and then y'all looking all old and depressed for what? Let's start taking accountability and accepting where we at in our life and stop making excuses and putting it all off on mental illness. Yeah, it's got mental illness and trauma does affect us and it weighs us down. But when you accept your mental illness and your trauma, it's a light bag to carry. It's lighter than you think when we accept it. It's only heavy when you don't accept it. So uh that was my moral at the top. My that I really want to get that off my chest because that is true. A lot of people sit around here talking about mental illness, and it we all got something wrong with us. We all trauma. Our parents had trauma, which gave us trauma. We all got trauma. I mean, that's the world. That's the world we live in. It's trauma. We got people running the country that's got trauma. So
It all fails down to, in my opinion, when you get down to the source of it, bad decisions and bad examples that cause you to make bad decisions. If the people around you um move a certain way, you look at those examples, and then you get older or even younger and you make your own decisions. And it normally just goes down to bad decisions and bad examples that you seen people do that made bad decisions, and you follow in their footsteps.
yeah, that's it. Moral of the story. But yeah, that's I just wanted to kind of just go over that because it was heavy on my mind. Not nothing too serious, not nothing not nothing crazy, but it's just heavy on my mind. I see a lot of people making excuses for shit that you don't have to do. We don't have to do that shit. So stop it.
You can
Shit.
fix it for sure.
You can fix it. No, stop it. You talking to some professional fucker uppers. Some professional fucker uppers. And anything that we fucked up, we knew we could it's always another way. It's always more than one option. You chose that option. Okay. And it might have been right at the time, but the consequences of that action for that time might have, okay, you had the $30, you had $100 to buy the shoes, right? You knew the shoe, you knew, but you knew you had a bill to pay on Tuesday, right? But you had $100, you got the shoes. Oh, they might not be on sale, they might not be there. You chose that option. Then Tuesday come, you ain't got the money to pay the bill. We're not gonna blame that on mental illness. That's just bad choices.
Bad
Bad
choices,
choices.
bad decisions.
Yeah, we're not gonna say, oh, it's because my mama never bought me no shoes, and so I decided I wanted these shoes. I make dumb choices because stop doing that. Stop it.
If you seen your mama make bad decisions, why would you make the same decisions?
And then try to blame it on her that you made a bad decision. No,
If you
nigga,
knew
that
your
shit.
mom was a fool, why would you follow in her foolish ways?
Yeah, just it is what it is. It is what it is.